Many nations have yet to develop their own hypersonic missiles, and this one with its long range, high destructive power, and strong penetration capability would likely become a hot commodity due to its dirt cheap price. The missile's cheap price indicates how Beijing's military technology industry can mass-produce devastating weapons at a low cost. The emergence of this system coincides with China's growing emphasis on the military-civil fusion model, where commercial supply chains, electronics industries, and 21st-century mass manufacturing ecosystems merge with next-generation weapon development programs. If placed on the global defense market, experts believe it could allow smaller nations to challenge larger powers in conflict. The YKJ-1000, produced by aerospace firm Lincoln Tianqing, has been nicknamed the cement-coated missile due to its use of materials including foamed concrete in its coating. China's YKJ-1000, the low-cost hypersonic missile shaking global military power and Indo-Pacific security. A Mach 7 hypersonic glide missile priced at only $99,000 threatens to rewrite the economics, strategy, and deterrence frameworks of modern warfare. In a development reverberating across global defense circles, China's private aerospace firm Sichuan Lincoln Tianqing Technology, known internationally as Space Transportation, has introduced the YKJ-1000 hypersonic glide missile, a system that blends extreme velocity, advanced maneuverability, and unprecedented affordability into a single combat platform. The unveiling emerges amid escalating Indo-Pacific tensions, sharpening US-China strategic rivalry, and accelerating defense buildups across Taiwan, Japan, the Philippines, and the wider South China Sea arena. The YKJ-1000 achieves peak speeds of up to Mach 7, translating to roughly 8,575 km per hour, enabling time-critical strike options against naval and fixed targets located between 500 and 1,300 km away. Central to the global debate is its astonishingly low unit cost, advertised online at approximately $99,000, a price point that stands in dramatic contrast to Western interceptors such as the US Navy's SM-6, which costs $4.1 million per round, or THAAD interceptors ranging between $12 million and $15 million per missile. This disparity raises fundamental questions about future military power projection, the viability of expensive missile defense systems, and the potential for smaller nations or even non-state actors to acquire hypersonic strike capabilities at a fraction of traditional costs. If verified, the YKJ-1000 could democratize access to hypersonic weapons and disrupt long-held doctrines dominated by high-cost Western and Russian precision strike architectures. The missile's debut in late November 2025 generated immediate excitement in Chinese state outlets and equally swift skepticism among Western analysts concerned about its strategic implications, its production scalability, and its validity as a genuine hypersonic glide vehicle. The emergence of this system coincides with China's growing emphasis on the military-civil fusion model, where commercial supply chains, electronics industries, and 21st-century mass manufacturing ecosystems merge with next-generation weapon development programs. The YKJ-1000 is designed as a boost-glide hypersonic missile, comprising a solid-fuel booster for initial acceleration and a glide vehicle fitted with 2 additional engines to maintain powered flight during the hypersonic phase. This architecture enables the weapon to sustain powered flight for up to 360 seconds, approximately 6 minutes, allowing extensive mid-course maneuvers and unpredictable trajectory adjustments that substantially complicate interception efforts. The missile's range varies from 500 km to an extended 1,300 km depending on its configuration, placing critical Indo-Pacific flashpoints including the Taiwan Strait, Okinawa, the South China Sea, the Luzon Strait, and major U.S. military bases well within its engagement envelope. Unlike traditional ballistic systems that follow predictable paths, the YKJ-1000's glide phase introduces dynamic maneuverability, permitting altitude shifts, lateral displacement, and abrupt course changes designed to degrade missile defense radar tracking and intercept algorithms. Key tactical features include autonomous target recognition, terminal phase evasive maneuvers, and onboard threat avoidance logic, enabling precise strikes against high-value assets such as carrier strike groups, Aegis-equipped destroyers, command and control centers, hardened air bases, and long-range radar networks. Promotional material emphasizes its capacity to lock onto mobile naval formations, adjust its trajectory in real time, and descend into steep terminal dive profiles optimized for breaching layered naval defenses. The YKJ-1000 is designed for rapid deployment and concealment. Mounted in a standard commercial shipping container on a road mobile platform, it mirrors the Russian Club K concept but adds hypersonic maneuverability, dramatically expanding launch survivability, battlefield mobility, and pre-strike targeting flexibility. Lingkong Tianqing is also developing an intelligent variant with embedded artificial intelligence, enabling swarm coordination across multiple YKJ-1000 missiles. Such swarming profiles could saturate naval defensive screens, overwhelm missile defense radars, and force adversaries to expend high-cost interceptors at an unsustainable rate. This swarm strike paradigm mirrors emerging concepts in Russia, Iran, Turkey, and North Korea, all exploring low-cost missile saturation as a means of defeating expensive Western anti-missile layers. The missile earned the nickname cement-coated missile due to its use of foamed concrete and cement-based thermal coatings in place of costly ablative materials typically required for hypersonic thermal management. Structural components are die-cast using industrial machinery rather than precision-milled aerospace components, accelerating production rates while lowering unit costs. Traditional explosive separation nuts have been replaced with electrically actuated systems to streamline production and reduce maintenance requirements. The YKJ-1000's avionics suite integrates consumer drone cameras, automotive-grade processors, and mass-produced Beidou navigation chips, enabling unprecedented cost savings while still maintaining functional target acquisition capability. Beidou chips, widely used in Chinese smartphones, vehicles, and commercial drones, cost only a few dollars compared to bespoke military-grade navigation systems. What distinguishes the YKJ-1000 is not merely its velocity or range but its radical approach to cost reduction through civilian-grade materials and mass-market electronics. The missile's cheap price indicates how Beijing's military technology industry can mass-produce devastating weapons at a low cost. Many nations have yet to develop their own hypersonic missiles, and this one with its long range, high destructive power, and strong penetration capability would likely become a hot commodity due to its dirt-cheap price.